Ready?
Ready.
And we are back. Welcome
Yes,
back.
yes.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome
back.
to another episode of Convos with Your Mom's Favorites with host Mo and Greg. I am Mo.
I am Greg.
And we are back. We are back for the people. We are back for the people.
Yeah.
That sabbatical was great.
It was good.
But after a while, I got to miss it.
Me too.
I got to miss it.
Me too, man.
Because I have thoughts and I have opinions, and it's just something about being able to just sit here and say them all.
Yeah.
It helps me, you know. It's like
and put it out there.
yeah, it's like a colonic, but for my mind. Oh, but yeah, Uncle G, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Uncle G, I'm great.
Me too, man. I am not
doing
complaining.
great.
How was the rest of your summer?
It was good. It was good. Came with some surprises.
Ah.
I got a new job.
No, get out.
Yeah,
Get
I
out.
got a new job. I got a new job across from you.
Woohoo! Now, when are you leaving your old one?
My last day is the 9th.
Okay, and
And-
where's the new one at?
The new one is, are you ready? Are you ready? I will be the COVID specialist
At where?
at SNL.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Saturday Night Live?
Saturday Night
Are
Live.
you kidding me?
No, I am not.
No,
No, I am not. No, I am not.
No.
No, I am
What
not.
are you going to be doing there?
Basically just enforcing, making sure everybody's masked up and socially distant.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
How'd you get... we'll talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah.
We will be talking.
Yeah. So,
You know what? I have been a fan of SNL since going all the way back to when it first came on. So I think it's 45. I think this is 45th or 48th year since it first came on.
Yeah.
So me and my wife have been fans of the show ever since then, and it has always been, my fantasy or my desire to one day go. So keep that in mind.
I will. I got you for sure.
Keep that.
For sure.
It has always been our, our secret desire to one day go to the show before they finally wrap things up.
Yeah.
Oh man! Congratulations. That is a
Thank you.
crazy awesome job. We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk.
But yeah,
What other surprises have happened?
that's happened. Honestly, that's like the biggest
That's
one.
the biggest one. Uh-huh.
That's the biggest one. And is honestly the most recent one. Like I found out last week.
Was that what you had posted on Instagram?
Yes.
I couldn't read it, so I couldn't. And I was going to ask you about
Yeah.
it because I couldn't read it, and I was like, "What does that say?" And, I couldn't read. I couldn't read it, so
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
But I was going to ask you about it.
Yeah,
Wow,
that was,
that is crazy. That is crazy.
So yeah, it was actually the craziest part, and then we have stuff to get to.
Yeah,
and
we got
will,
yeah.
We will get to it.
Yeah.
But the crazy part was, I had the first interview, and they I found out that went well, and I was like, cool, great, awesome, fantastic. And then I got the phone call, and they were like, hey, we want to call you for like a follow-up interview with like the big boss. And I was like, all right, cool. No problem, no worries. I was lying, of course, because, interviews, just me and interviews.
I don't like interviews either. Yeah.
I get like super nervous,
Yeah.
cotton mouth, the
Yeah.
whole thing. So I was very nervous. And then I'm sitting, and they were like, we're going to schedule the interview. And then the first time, it was me and two other ladies. Mm-hmm. And then for the second one, it was like 5 people who got the invite.
Okay.
And I was like, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, to be up against.
And I'm like, well, no, the invite, it was like I was interviewed with 2 employees, who worked there. Mm-hmm. So then I'm like, when I saw the extra names, I'm like, am I really going to be talking to 5 bosses at the same time? Like, that's a lot. Like, it was,
Yeah,
like, the
yeah.
pressure's just it started mounting. Like,
yeah, it's like having the interview anxiety times 5.
yes, times 5.
Yeah.
And then once I actually get into the meeting, because praise God, it was on Teams, Microsoft Teams, and I didn't have to actually go in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Both interviews were like over
online.
online. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I hop on, and then you see the lady. Her name's Sharon, cool person. And then there's like 2 other people in there. And what I found out, like, it didn't click till like towards the end of it, that it wasn't so much an interview as much of it as it was a meet and greet.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
And she just wanted to like meet because there's 3 people who got hired. So it was a meeting between me, her, and the 2 other.
Okay, so that's why you had so many people.
Yes,
Gotcha.
That's why there were so many people.
Got you.
Man, I lost it. Lost it.
I know.
Oh,
Dude.
lost it. And then that was also when I found out that I don't know how to write a resignation letter. But shout out to Google and the internet, because
Yeah, they tell you how.
there are websites that do it for you.
That will do it for you. Yep.
I literally just had to put in my name, the company name, and my last day.
Wow.
Everything else was filled out for me.
Wow.
It was the nicest letter I've ever written, but I didn't have to actually write it, so that was fine. But so yeah,
Congratulations, man.
happened.
I'm happy for you. That's a crazy job. Now, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be crazy too working there too.
yes, no, she said it. She was like, just letting you know. She was like, we walk like 9 to 10 miles a day,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's fine. I could stand to lose a few. I could stand to walk. I could stand to walk 9 to 10 miles a day. That'll be fine for me.
You guys are gonna be. I know it's got to be real fast paced.
Yeah.
But you'll do it. It'll be
Yeah.
all right. It'll be fine.
Yes.
Make some friends that we can get on the couch.
Oh, definitely. I'm be like, hi, how's it going? How's it going? Hey, you need anything else? Be like, I know. Be like, hey, wear your mask. But how's it going?
Yeah.
But like, hey, you need to move over, like, spread apart a little bit more. Can I get you anything else? Can I get you anything? You good?
Right.
You need anything?
Yeah,
How's it going?
my card.
Oh, I'm definitely, because on Saturdays, everybody's supposed to be in like all black. I might like, one Saturday, like sneak in there with the podcast shirt on.
There you go.
So, let's get this conversation going.
And I said, oh, what's that? I said, that's my show.
It's my show. And you'd be great for it. Just come in,
just come in.
sit on the couch with us,
A couple of minutes. Just give us a couple of minutes. Guarantee
nothing
you.
long.
Yeah, guarantee you'll have a great time.
You have a great time. We are great people to talk to and just, be around.
I guarantee you come once, you'll come back for more.
Absolutely.
You'll come back
Because
for more.
we have people who actually.
Speaking of which, as we go further into to what we do here, just keep reminding everybody, all of you guys attached to us to social media, we are still working on that goal of getting
Yes.
500 subscribers.
Subscribe away.
Yeah, subscribe. So please share this broadcast with your friends and your family members. Again, whether it be the podcast or whether it be on our YouTube page, share it out, because our goal is to reach 500, and we need your help. Thank you.
Definitely. Oh, Greg, I got a question real
What's
quick.
up?
And
Go for
I
it.
promise you, we're going to start.
Okay, let's get this one over.
We are going to start.
Okay, let's get this one out.
Have you ever seen Only Murders in the Building?
I have not watched it yet.
I hate that show so much. But good God, I can't turn away.
I was just going to say, so what do you mean? Do you hate it, or do you hate it because you can't stop watching it?
I can't stop watching
Gotcha.
it. I can't stop watching
And
it.
maybe that's why I haven't messed with it, because of the cast. I'm looking at the cast, and I guess some of my favorite people in the cast.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big Steve Martin fan, and I'm a big Martin Short fan. Martin
Yes.
Short. Martin Short fan. Selena Gomez, but I don't. Those two I'm crazy about, and so I'm afraid. I said, you know what? I'm gonna have a feeling if I watch one episode, I'm gonna get sucked in. And I was hoping, said, well, after the first season, I said, well, see, they're gonna take it off. Then they came back with a second season. I was like,
and 3 is on the way. So.
and 3 is on the way, right?
Yes.
That's what I heard. I
3
said,
is on the way.
So
So-
okay. No, I haven't watched it yet, but it's All right, now I got to go watch it.
I hate the show so much, but like, I can't turn it off. Like, that's literally what I was thinking yesterday as I was watching it, because I just started. I just finished season 1 last night, and I was just sitting there. I was like, yo, I hate this show so much. One more episode.
One more episode, yeah.
One more episode. Let's do it. But goodness, man, it's a great show. Don't get me wrong, it's a great show.
Yeah.
And I love just like the different layers that the show has, and like how they just the artistry and how they peel all of those layers back.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a really great show.
Okay, that's on my then it's definitely on the list because I'm currently watching. Just bringing these updating. I'm watching the last season of Westworld, season 4.
Okay,
I've been because I let them finish it out first, and then I said I'll just binge watch it. So I've been watching that. I said so after I finish that, I'm trying to decide what I'm going to look at next. So I guess it'll be that.
Yeah. I gotta go back and finish Westworld. I'm on where am I at? Season 3.
Yeah.
Yes, season 3, and I feel like I tried to start season 3 when I had COVID, a couple like a month or two ago, and when in watching it, I sat down and I started watching season 3, and you know how when it starts, it gives you like the whole trailer of what you missed.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't remember any of this.
I know.
I don't remember any of this.
I have to watch it. I have to watch Westworld slowly. In other words, I'm not going to sit and binge watch because chances are by the time you get to the end of it, you will have forgotten everything and everything that you watch is kind of crucial to what's getting ready to happen. And so I kind of watch it slowly.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, what am I watching?
Yeah.
What am I watching?
That's where I was at last night. I watched the 3rd and the 4th episode last night. By the end of the 4th episode, I couldn't remember what had happened in the 3rd episode. So now I got to go back and watch it again.
I feel like I got to go start from the beginning, like all over again, just to understand where I'm at currently.
Exactly, because in the fourth episode, she goes Tessa
Thompson. I know who you're talking about.
Her character, she goes into this long monologue explaining everything that's probably been happening in the series.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm sitting there trying to listen to her, but I'm saying to myself, I don't remember any of that stuff. Okay, now I got to wonder what am I going to do? Am I going to go back? And I said now, and she was referring to a lot of stuff that had happened in the previous episode, and I was like, I gotta go back and watch the 3rd episode again.
Because I'm like, what am I?
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what I was watching it last night. I said, what am I watching?
What am I watching?
What is this? What am I watching? You know what? Now I got to go back and watch the 3rd and 4th episodes.
Yeah, it's not a show that like.
Nah, you can't breeze.
You can't breeze. You can't breeze through it, and it's one of those shows where like, you know how like, for example, any show. You can watch it. Like for example. If Supernatural were to come back with another season today, I could just jump right in.
Yep.
Remembering
what happened.
Everything that just happened.
Yep. Yeah.
Westworld isn't that show.
No, it most certainly is not that show. Nah.
Westworld is not that show at all.
Nah.
And it's like
I have to watch Westworld. It has to be quiet. Can't be a lot of stuff going on in the house.
Like I got to put my phone down. Like I can't be on my phone.
Can't do. I got to pay attention because everything has an effect on everything else.
Yes.
And you got to listen to everything they're saying because, excuse me, because it all ties together some in some kind of way. Because and you really don't even realize it until they start saying stuff, and then you're like, oh, wait a minute. So that's what that meant 5 or 6 episodes ago. That's what that meant. Okay, all right. And so it's like it's a hard show to just sit back, cross your legs, and just get you a glass of something to drink and chill and relax.
It's definitely not one of those shows at all.
It's not that show.
It's
You're
not
like
one of
this.
those shows at all.
Sitting on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, don't blink. Because you will miss everything. Just from one blink.
But let's go.
Yes, we are going to
get into
the actual topics for this episode.
And this is why we came back a little early because of the fact that we've had all this content going on and not an opportunity to put it out there. So we got a lot to cover today.
Yes, we do. And we're going to get to it.
Yes, we are.
But something came to I saw an article. I read an article yesterday.
Yes.
And it came to my mind, and I was like, we got to just briefly, not long, just briefly talk about it. Did you hear they asked Chris Rock to host the Oscars again?
I read that this morning. They asked Chris Rock, though, and
he
he
turned
said,
it down?
I am so... that's what made me... Because when I first saw the blurb that they asked Chris Rock to host the next year's, the 2023 Oscars,
Yeah.
my first reaction was to go into panic mode. And then I was like, oh, I got to read this. I said, I'm like, please say no. Please say no, say no, say no.
Right. And he said no. He was like, it'd be asking me to return to the scene of the crime.
I'm like, thank you.
Yes.
See, because here's the thing. You know, he hosted the Oscars before.
Yes.
And they panned him. They hated him. They hated him, which is probably the real reason why he didn't. Because he's
Right,
like, because y'all didn't like me the first time.
And they were going to be expecting him
Yeah,
to talk about
that, and he's
that
like,
again.
He's like, nah.
And I'm just like, I need everybody to just move past it.
Move on.
So I'm honestly
move on.
Move on. I'm so happy that
he did.
He said no.
Yeah. He said he's not doing no sit down interviews about it just yet. He said, you know, I'm sure he's been getting calls and a whole lot of people offering some crazy. I know he's probably been getting some crazy big money offers. And he's like, nope.
Yeah,
he's
not
like,
yet.
nope, not yet. Nope. I'm not ready to talk about it. Nope. And I'm glad. I'm glad.
fine with that.
And I'm glad. And I am glad.
Honest.
You know what? And so here's the thing. Maybe one of the reasons, and I'm hoping that this is the reason why he's not talking about it, because he's trying to give people the opportunity to move on.
Which is what I've been trying to do.
Yeah.
Since
it
like,
happened.
honestly, since like 20 minutes after it happened.
Yeah. Since 20 minutes after it happened.
Since 20 minutes after it happened, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's move.
The next,
let's
exactly.
move on.
The next day, I was ready to kind of like, all right, it happened. You know, it wasn't a good thing that happened. All right, let's move on.
Let's move on. What's
move
next?
on. What else is going? What else is happening today?
Exactly.
You know.
But yeah, that's that. So we're gonna start with you watch House of the Dragon, yes?
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's where we're gonna start.
I'm part of the 10 million people that watch.
Yes.
That have been
Yes,
following.
I'm one as well.
Yeah.
I am one as well. I was sitting on my in the living room, and I was prepped and ready.
Yep.
Game of Thrones T-shirt on,
I got to get me one of those.
and I even when we have the lights behind the TV upstairs, I turned them red,
Oh wow.
and
Cool.
it was like this really nice Targaryen red.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, this just looks, this is just how you need to watch this whole thing. So there are 2 episodes in now. It's already been renewed for season 2.
Okay.
After episode 1,
Wow.
it got renewed for season 2,
Okay.
which is great. And that's honestly fantastic.
Yep.
But I like it. I enjoy it.
Oh God, I am loving it.
Now,
I'm loving it. It gives you and now that you're watching it and you're listening to the story and you're familiar with Game of Thrones, or for those who are familiar, you start hearing a lot of stuff that happened in Game of Thrones. Now you're seeing why.
Yes.
You're seeing why it happened and how they got to that point. You're like, oh, that's why that happened. Okay, so yeah, so it's been kind of like fun to watch in that regard.
But
Okay.
one, I haven't seen enough dragons, but it's cool. Episode 3, the trailer, dragons finally gonna blow fire, so that's fine. The dragon's finally gonna do that's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's why we're watching, because of the
I
dragons.
personally could not. Don't get me wrong, the Targaryens were cool,
Yeah, they were definitely my favorites.
except for which I'm about to get into.
Okay.
The Targaryens were cool. The dragons, though, is why I'm here,
Yeah, exactly.
because we're supposed to be getting full-grown dragons.
Yep. And there's 10 of them.
10 of them.
There are 10 full-grown dragons allegedly in this series.
In this series.
I want to see a scene with all 10.
Yes. And they're supposed to be much bigger
Yeah.
than Dany's dragons. So, can't wait.
Yeah.
But the thing with the Targaryens and the show as a whole, it's been super. The show's been good, but it's had a whole lot of really icky moments.
Yeah. There's a lot. For those of
There's
you who
just-
have not watched, there's a lot of cringy stuff.
There's just been a lot of
Cringy stuff.
cringy, icky moments that I'm just,
Man.
oh man. It just,
Yeah.
it's uncomfortable.
It can be very uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable to watch. And I get that that's
That's
how
the-
things were.
Yeah, exactly. That's
the
That's
time.
the era that they lived in, and that's how things were, and that was the mindset of people. That was at their education level. That was their mindset, and that's what they thought, and that's what they did and acted on.
Yes.
So I mean, but to hear about it and maybe even to read about it is one thing, but to actually
just see it live?
yes,
Yeah, 'cause I was like, when the hand sent his daughter to go comfort the king, I was like, bro, she's like 5. What do you mean?
dude?
And then he said, put on your mother's dress. She's like 5. What do you mean?
And she's like, and again, because she's obedient to her father, she's like, okay.
Right.
Even though, and she knew what he really meant. Now,
Yeah.
fortunately, she was, the king was smart enough, not even smart, I would say respectful enough to not just, to not just act on it. But
Right.
when she came there, she kept it respectful, and he respected her because of that. Because again, respected her because of that. But again, it was still didn't make the moment any less cringy.
No, it did not.
I was discussing it with another friend of mine, and we were saying that but they made it work because it's like they did it and they did it without showing it. It's like when they had to do the primitive cesarean section on his wife.
Yes.
I was like, when they were first getting ready to do it, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh no, they're not gonna do that. Oh no, I'm not gonna watch. I can't. I'm like, really is making me really uncomfortable.
Yes.
But by the time they panned away, and by the time they panned away and panned back, it was done. And I was like, oh, they did it. So they did it without really showing it. And that made it a little bit, but still, it was just the anticipation of the whole thing.
Yes.
That made it a little
That made
bit
it a little
cringy. I was like,
very.
ugh.
And I got the stylistic choice because we were waiting for, after episode 1, we were waiting for the previews for like the next episode, which we never got.
They didn't, and they didn't show any.
So we thought they were going to come like after. So we
Yeah.
watched the inside the
Yeah.
episode.
Nope.
And I thought that was cool how they compared, because you remember in episode 1 where the queen was like that because her daughter wants to be a warrior.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, childbirth, like for the women, childbirth is our battlefield. And I thought that was cool, that's why that fight took place at the same time of her
Wow.
C-section.
I see. Yeah.
Like that's the
yeah.
parallel they were trying.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
why both of those scenes
Yeah,
were
was-
as drawn out as they
Wow.
were
Okay.
to show the comparison
Okay.
between
Yeah. Them fighting on
them
the field.
fighting on the field and her fighting for her
for
life.
life. Wow. I hadn't got that, but that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
It was still very icky though, because
Yeah,
if you
so
just
icky.
if you just pay attention to like, I don't know why I paid attention to it, but like right after when like they covered her, like you still kind of saw her stomach just kind of
Yeah,
open,
yeah.
and I was like, that's not a sight I needed to
Nah,
see. Like
I
the
didn't.
blanket was over, but it was
Yeah.
not a thick blanket
Yeah.
by any means.
Nah.
So, but I also made a statement because I have a Game of Thrones group chat, which is now House of the Dragon group chat with my friends.
Okay.
And we were discussing it, and I was like, if you strip away the dragons from the Targaryens, take those away. They are the hillbillies of Westeros.
Yeah.
because of all of the inbreeding that is going on between the Targaryens and the Valerians.
Yep.
Like, let's just keep it in the family, bro.
Yeah. I'm
Let's
like,
just keep this bloodline strong and in the family, and then yeah.
And then
They-
that brought us to episode 2.
Yes.
Cringy scene. That was
Yes. Because I was like, cool, he gonna marry his daughter. And I was like, oh. I was like, that's cool that you got to move on. I'm like, you get it. You got to move on. And then
And they were like,
when they showed his daughter, I was like, you're kidding me.
yeah, yeah.
You have got to be kidding me.
And see, here's the thing, and I kept saying, not only is she, a little girl, I said, but she's also your cousin.
Right.
She's your
She
cousin.
is related to you.
I was like, oh man. I'm like, oh, all right. And I'm watching it, and I said, me and my wife was watching it, and she kept saying, "Ew, that's kind of nasty." She's because he's a little girl, and they kept, when they showing how she's walking down with him, and she looks at him and she says to him, she says, okay. She said, my mom told me that I won't have to bed you until I'm 14. I was like, oh God, how old are you now?
Right. I'm like,
I said, at the wedding, her gifts are going to be dolls.
right, because that's what she's going to want.
That's what do you want? Dolls.
Dolls. That's it.
Dolls
And
and
when she was
ribbons.
like, I'll bore you many airs, I'm like, but you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to.
God, this is so weird. And every time she would talk, I kept telling my wife, I kept looking at my wife, and she's his cousin on top of all of that. She's his cousin. I was like, oh, this is wrong.
This is wrong, man.
Wrong.
It is so wrong. And then I'm like,
I was like, hurry up and get past this.
Yeah.
Because I kind of knew that he was going to pick the other girl. I kind of knew he was going to do that.
yes.
But it was just like, still like, well, let's move past this.
That's
thing.
not better.
Yeah, that wasn't really better. But it was like, let's hurry up, and move past this. Let's get this.
Yeah, it's like-
let's get past this. This is,
You know what it's like? It's like telling me you have to swallow oil or vinegar.
Ooh,
Neither one is a good option.
no.
Neither one is a good option.
No.
So it's like, what? Those are my only options? Oil and vinegar? Like, that's it? Like, you ain't got no juice back there?
Yeah,
Like, no water, some milk?
something else that I can swallow other than that.
That'd just be a little easier to swallow?
Yeah. But yeah, that was and then just like they're walking through the thing. He's like, and I'm looking at the little girl. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at the little girl. I'm like, you really cannot be considering this.
And
It's like you
not
can't.
only was he considering,
Yeah.
he made a choice.
And the thing about that is this. If it wasn't for, and because I was watching it, and stuff running through my head, and I said, I wonder, because again, he chose the older girl.
Yes.
Now, she was still real young, but he chose her. But the thing about that is that I wonder if he would have chose, because they never really say why he chose her. He didn't say that, he didn't profess any great love for her or
No.
anything. Or it was just a choice between her or the child, or the little girl.
The child or the child.
Yeah, the child or the younger child.
The younger child.
And so he said, I was thinking, I wonder if he would have made that choice if it were not for the fact that he knows that he's dying. And he don't have a lot of time. And so he really didn't have the time to invest in waiting on the little girl to get older
Right.
if he was going to try and have heirs. Because she already said, my mother said, I don't have to do anything until I'm 14.
14.
So that you're looking at her age now, you're figuring that's at least 4 years.
At least.
4 to 5 years. Because she looked all of about 9 years old. So it's like you figure that's at least 4 to 5 years before she's of childbearing age.
Right.
And he's probably thinking, I don't have that much time. So if I'm going to do this and maybe even provide an heir, I'm going to have a child now.
Mm-hmm.
And when you kind of like see that when they do the previews for the
next week.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he immediately, sires a child with her.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say shout out to Queen Rhaenyra. I do what the F I want Targaryen.
I like that. I like that name.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Because she has been my favorite.
Yeah. Always. Already she's my
Already,
favorite.
she is my favorite.
She is my favorite. Definitely. Definitely.
Because she's like, yeah, I don't have to take this.
Yeah.
And that whole, it's the way of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is a phrase that honestly people still use today that just needs to die. Like,
Yeah.
just because it's been the way of things. Like, at one point, polygamy was the way of things.
Yeah. And yet, when we got beyond that,
Right. So it's
Yeah.
like, just because for certain things, just because that's the way it's been done.
doesn't mean it has to be continued. Because matter of fact, she even said that. She said when she was talking to her cousin, who the queen that never was.
Right.
That's a really sucky thing. That's a really sucky thing to call somebody the queen that never was. And so she's sitting there and she says to her, she said, and I think she was the one who said to her,
Yeah, it's the way of things.
And she said, well, I'll change things.
Yeah.
She was like, well, I'm going to change things.
They've been really creative with the insults.
Yeah.
Because, like, the queen that never
I
was,
was like,
bro,
wow,
that's hurtful.
That's
and when
that's messed up.
the brother, when the king's brother said air for a day,
Oh, yeah.
my jaw hit the floor.
I was like, dang, that's really, and you
that's
said,
cold.
it's like you said that to your brother.
To your brother.
To your brother. This is your blood brother. You go at him like that.
And you say air for a day to your brother?
And this just happened yesterday.
Right. Like, it's not even like time passed.
Yeah,
Like,
this like happened yesterday, and you coming at me like that.
already? Yeah, but he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, he's gonna be a problem.
He's going to be a problem.
The only good thing about that the only reason that what's her, I can't think. I always want to call her Daenerys, but she's not Daenerys. What? Give me her name again.
Rhaenyra?
Rhaenyra. The only thing that saves her is the fact that he likes her.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but he does like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have that
they-
uncle-niece relationship.
Yeah, they have a
that
bond.
you see a lot. Yeah.
You know, and he's and she probably in some ways reminds him of himself.
Yeah.
So it's like the daughter that he didn't have. If she was his daughter, they would be.
Oh, it'd be a problem.
That would be a big problem.
It'd be a problem.
They'd be tearing stuff up.
Tearing it up.
They'd be tearing stuff up. They would be wrecking stuff.
Because the only reason she has the reserve she has is because who her daddy is.
Because of her father. Exactly.
That is it.
If he had been her father, he would not. He would let her loose, unrestrained, and be cheering her on as she killed people.
Yes. Like, it'd be a problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited.
I'm loving the show.
I'm loving it,
I'm
yeah.
loving it. I'm loving it, man.
It's a good show.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I even got my wife into it because she wasn't really into the Game of Thrones thing, but she's been following. She's been watching this one, and she's like, "Oh, okay, this is pretty good." She's like, "This is pretty good, creepy, but pretty
Right. Yeah, they can tone that back,
Yeah,
but then
dial back the creep factor.
dial back the creep factor, but then we'll be good.
Yeah,
Otherwise.
yeah.
So we're gonna move on. And we're gonna stay in like this fantasy realm. We're gonna just stay here because this week, Friday, Lord of the Rings on Amazon Prime.
It starts Friday.
Friday.
Okay, thanks for the heads up.
Yes.
Yes.
And so
Before we go any further,
yes.
and I'm speaking to the haters out there about House of the Dragon, you know, because there's been a big problem because of the fact that and he got hate, he was getting hate mail because of his character. The black guy, what's his?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
the white dreads. Well, whose name I cannot. I'm still learning all the names.
Yes.
But I read an article where he was getting hate mail because people did not like the fact that he was portraying that role.
Really?
Yeah, he was getting hate mail. He said in the article that I was reading about, he said so interesting. He said they can believe in dragons, but they can't believe in a black man in a position that I had. That I had.
Like, hello.
It's
If he
like-
was playing some lowly
Yeah,
slave,
exactly.
no problems
No.
at all.
I was like, wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop. We have to stop doing that.
Yeah, man. Like,
You know.
it's not real.
It's not. It's just a role.
It's not-
It's a show.
Real
You know.
people.
It's really, you know, and keep it. And if you are that racist, keep it to yourself. It's really it's not.
Get help.
Yeah, please
Get help.
get help.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, it's not real.
It's not real. It's not, and it's not that serious.
It's not that deep. There are much
really
more important things going on in the world.
Now we talk about this stuff because we enjoy it, but please understand, it's not. Again, this is not our end all be all.
No.
But this is the stuff we enjoy talking about.
Yes, this is to give you a break
Yeah, from all the
of the other stuff that is
Yeah.
out there. Like,
Yeah. We talk about this because we need a break from all the other stuff.
yes,
that we probably could talk about.
yes, but we understand and realize that it's there.
Yeah, that it is there. Please,
But
stop.
stop.
Okay, all right. I just want to get it out before we went
Yeah,
to
nah.
the next.
But yeah, Lord of the Rings starts this week. It is. I remember this, but then I forgot. I think it's before
Yes, I think this is before. This is before
the Fellowship.
the
of
fellowship. Yep. This
Ring.
is.
So, but yeah, I'm
I'm with it.
with
down.
it. I'm excited.
I'm
for
excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm excited just to go back to that.
It. Yes.
I watched over the weekend, because they've been running some of the Hobbit, and they've been running on HBO Max some of the movies, and I watched The Desolation of Smaug,
It's my
which
favorite
is my favorite one,
of the Hobbit trilogy.
which is my favorite.
That
of
is
the
my
Hobbit,
favorite movie of the
of
Hobbit
the
trilogy.
Hobbit trilogy. Mine too. That is-
Yes.
I don't care if I'm home and it comes on and nothing else is on that's calling my attention. I'm watching it.
It could be on and something else is calling my attention.
And you watch that instead.
I'm watching The Desolation of Smaug. Like, there was one time I came home with the intent on. It was a Sunday. I came home with the intent of watching, because I have Sunday shows, because one of the power shows is generally on, and I watch like The Chi, and those come on. Well, The Chi comes on Fridays, but I watch it on Sundays. So I came home with the intent on watching one or both of those.
Okay.
And then I turned on the TV and Hulu Live was on, and that was on. And I was like, okay, we're watching this instead. And I didn't watch any of the shows that I intended to come home and watch because Desolation of Smaug is on. That movie
yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah, that is always, out of the series, that is always my go-to movie. I mean, I enjoy the first one and the third one, but that's the one
That's the one.
that is the one.
That's the one, man.
Oh my God. And it's really funny because, again, it's like as intense as that. I don't care how many times I watch it, at the really intense scenes in the movie, I'm still feeling it like it's the first time I watched the movie. I'm still feeling it like even though you already know what's going to happen, you're
Yes.
still feeling the tension, or you're still feeling the excitement. It's just an incredible movie.
Yeah, it brings you back. It's like first time every time, which is what
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
about even just like the Lord of the Rings movies and The Hobbit.
Yep.
Is that like no matter how many
You
times
see it. It's
you
like,
watch it, you can still enjoy it.
yeah, exactly.
And
So I'm glad with the new one that they're doing on Amazon Prime, because we're going back.
yeah,
And
to
we're
Middle Earth.
Yeah, going back to Middle Earth and to that whole era, and and then they're also so, and it's going to take you even deeper in, because again, it's taking you all the way back to the beginning, when the original rings were
Right.
forged. And I'm like, okay, so yeah. That's all right.
And I'm not mad at it because like stories like that, I've always been intrigued in
by
seeing.
exactly. It's like, okay, yeah.
Because I'm like, yeah, you got rings of power. I want to see them.
Because it's like, where did they come from? How did they get there? How did they decide who got what ring? And what? And I mean, even though they kind of give you, they kind of give you a brief explanation in the movies, but it's never. It's not really an in-depth information. So I'm
Right.
figuring this will be more in-depth, and so and because they're actually going to give you the story.
Exactly.
So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited to see
I
that.
am excited.
And that's like honestly one of the reasons like House of the Dragon excited me
Mm-hmm.
because again, my favorite thing in Game of Thrones was the show itself, but once she walked out of the fire with her 3 dragons.
Yeah,
Oh.
dude.
And then you find out that like they're like her people, that's what they did. They rode dragons.
Yeah.
And then, like, the more I read into it, and then I'm like, her dragons weren't even the biggest dragons in Westeros,
Yeah.
especially because of that skull.
The skull. You took it right. You took it right on when they showed the skull.
I was like, I would have loved to have seen him or her
yeah.
in their prime.
One of the scenes that they show from the House of Dragons, there's a scene, and you get an idea of just the scope of how big these dragons are. There's a scene of her standing there, and the dragon is like right behind her, and his face kind of like fills up the whole
whole
screen.
screen.
Yeah, this is just his face, and you got her standing there, and you get,
Yeah,
and so you
like-
kind of like get an idea of the scope of how big these things were.
I'm like, this, I would have liked to have. I don't think they went back far.
Yeah.
So where that there are still dragons alive.
Yeah.
I would have just liked to have seen them. Like, give me another spinoff to before when there were like thousands of dragons.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
That would have been something to see.
Now, and again, maybe I missed this in Lord of the Rings, not Lord of the Rings, in Game of Thrones. As far as the Targaryen, how did they again? And somebody explained it to me. How is it that they have such control, or they're not afraid of the dragons?
Honestly, I have no idea. I've never heard anything.
Because I was told by somebody, and maybe I'm wrong. So if you guys know the host, somebody let us know. Is that because they're immune to the dragon fire, which kind of makes sense because remember when
Yes.
Daenerys
Yes.
when she hatches the eggs, she is literally sitting.
And
in the
even
flame.
before that, because me and my dad were rewatching Game of Thrones currently, and there's a scene where she takes a dragon egg and she puts it in the fire, and one of her servants comes and she's like, "What are you doing?" And she grabs the egg, which has been in the fire, and like she burns her hands. But then Daenerys takes the egg from her, and then she puts the egg down, but then her hands are unscathed.
Unscathed. Okay. So then that is the thing. They, for some reason or another,
yes.
they're immune
Yes.
to dragon fire or that whole or just
The whole
immune
fire. Yeah,
Just
fire,
immune,
period.
Period. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was told. I said, okay, that which makes sense. 'Cause it's-
So-
yeah.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is
I'm waiting.
coming.
That's
on
coming out. I'll be watching that Friday.
Friday. We get the first 2 episodes.
Oh, they're gonna give us 2 episodes.
Yes, we get the
Cool.
first 2 episodes, and then it's week to week.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
So, which is fine.
Which
I
I'll
won't-
take it.
I won't complain too
I'll
much.
take it. I'll take it. I will take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we have much choice
Nah,
in the matter.
nah, yeah, exactly. I'll
But-
take it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Do what you want. You
Yeah.
know, I'm still gonna watch. It's not like I'm not gonna watch
Yeah,
it because I gotta
exactly.
wait a week.
Yeah.
But yeah. What else is there to discuss? The Blockbuster show on Netflix.
I had not heard about that until until we were preparing.
Yes.
And you were preparing for this for the broadcast today, and you sent me the list, and I was like, the Blockbuster show on Netflix. I was like, what is that about? And so then you sent me the article, and I read about it. I was like, okay,
Yes.
this might be kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm
It's got a good cast. I like the
Yeah.
cast.
Good
I
cast.
like the cast. I love Randall Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The-
think he's great.
so I think I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
And for those who may not know, again, the show is about the last. It's the last blockbuster.
Blockbuster, yes.
And for those who may not know, or may be too young to know, Blockbuster was a chain, a big chain of video rental stores. Video rental stores.
Man.
Yeah.
How many Fridays?
Oh my gosh.
You go
yeah.
get you some pizza.
Yeah, get some pizza or some Chinese food, and
And then you go to
Blockbuster.
You pick some movies.
Yep, yep. Always trying to get there. And you know, one thing about Blockbuster, they had so many movies. It's like even if you didn't get the popular ones, which they always had multiple copies
Yes.
anyway. But even if you, I guarantee you was going to go in there and find something
You're gonna find something.
that you wanted to watch.
And even that, just that whole idea of there was a chance you would not be able to get the movie you
Yeah.
want.
Yep.
Whereas now, I can watch a movie from like 75 years ago and I bet you I can find it
Exactly. Exactly.
and watch it right now.
That's that's what I do now. If I get in my head now, if I get a movie that I want to watch and I'm not really sure, I just Google it and say, all right, where is this being streamed at?
Yeah.
And it'll tell you what platform or if it is being streamed, what platform is being streamed on, and where you can watch it.
Right.
So
And for most of it, you will even go further and be like, you can either buy it if it's
Or-
not streaming
exactly.
anywhere.
Yep.
You can buy it or you can rent it.
Yep.
And that's the whole that whole purpose was renting it from
Yeah, from
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. But
Was-
they were the one of the biggest chains.
Yes.
And this particular series is about the last Blockbuster, and it's up against all the current streaming. If I remember correctly, the plot is they're currently dealing with all the streaming that's going on, but yet they're still Blockbuster, and that's so it should be kind of fun to
Blockbuster's
watch.
kinda cool.
That should be kind
I
of fun
think
to
that's
watch.
dope. Just for this one,
Just for the nostalgia.
The nostalgia
Yeah.
is what's gonna get me,
Yeah.
and I'm not mad at it at all.
It should be it should be fun to
That
watch.
should definitely be a joy to watch.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. Now that I know it's coming, I'm like I'm definitely it's a must watch for me,
I'm gonna definitely.
and I'm sure it will be for a lot of, like you said, a lot of people who will watch it for the nostalgia factor. It's like, I remember Blockbuster, like you said,
Yeah,
Friday night. Blockbuster again, and it was a family thing.
Yes.
Because again, it was you go there you would go there almost like as a family. As a family.
Because you go as a family because everybody's picking a movie.
Everybody's picking a movie. Exactly. And you go and rent them. You could rent them for either just overnight or just for the next 2 days,
Yep.
for the weekend, and so you had your supply of movies all already
All for the
lined
weekend.
up.
You had 'em
for the
set up.
weekend.
Yeah, man. I remember,
Yeah.
that used to be a time. And then you get the movie, right? And then you also had these moments where like you would go rent the movie and then the idiot who rented the movie before you didn't rewind it before they returned it. So then like you put the movie in, you hit play, and then it's like
right
the
there.
last 10 minutes of the movie that you weren't supposed to see yet because you hadn't seen the movie.
Which came up with where the phrase "please be kind, rewind"
Yes.
comes from.
And you would even have like designated devices to rewind.
Rewind,
Because we
yeah.
had a car.
Yeah.
Ours was a car.
Yeah.
And you would put the VHS in and you close it and then rewind it
for you, so you didn't have to keep doing it on your
on
VCR.
your VCR. Yeah, because that can mess up your VCR.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, how far we've come.
Oh God.
How far we've come. In such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Which is another reason I'm okay with this show. Because this is what they should do, because it's nostalgia in the sense that Blockbuster's not around anymore. But they're not trying to reinvent something from that time
No.
to give that nostalgia feeling.
No.
It's giving me the nostalgia feeling without like redoing something that I loved about that time.
Yeah. Exactly. I got you.
So I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
So put it on your calendars, or
Yeah.
go to. It's going to be on Netflix.
It's going to be on Netflix.
So
Which probably means, because there aren't many Netflix shows that do week to week.
yeah.
There are a few.
Yeah, this one it'll be. Is it going to be a series or one shot?
It's a series.
It's a series. Okay,
Yes.
then it'll probably be all the episodes.
all the episodes.
Yeah.
Which would be fine.
Yeah.
And can't wait.
Yeah.
Definitely cannot wait. All of these that are coming up next have like more of a serious tone to them.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
DC.
You want to go DC first?
Yes, because what the heck is going on at DC?
They are. I don't want to be dramatic. I want to be overly dramatic, but they are destroying the DCU. They are destroying. It's being dismantled.
Like just DC as a whole. Like
Yeah.
the DCEU, yes,
Yeah.
it is, but even that from like both sides, like
Yeah.
because what's going on with like Ezra Miller
Yeah.
and like so like that's being destroyed from like the actor front because that movie almost got canceled.
They're still. He just recently, according to articles, because he has been so he has been an interesting. He's been a train wreck, and it's been
Yes.
kind of like interesting to watch because I keep waiting any day for them to just snatch him out of the movie and say, you know what, the movie is canceled, da 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 da, because he's just getting he's and the interesting thing about all of this is that with all the cancel culture, with all the stuff, I have yet to hear, and with all the other movies that they've been quote unquote trying to boycott, and we'll talk about that, I guess, a little bit more. Been trying. I have yet to hear anybody even hint at boycotting The Flash.
Not boycotting, but there are a whole bunch of people saying it needs to be canceled, like the movie as a whole.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
just-
So they just
They
wanna
just like
wanna
canceled the movie as a whole.
Really?
Yes.
Now, why? Because of his actions? Because of
Yes,
the way
because of what he's been doing,
Yeah,
just
he's-
cancel the movie as a whole. As a matter of fact, I put a poll up on Instagram,
I remember. Yeah.
and I was like, because of like, and it was just that was the question:
Uh-huh.
should the movie get canceled, or should he like go to rehab and
Mm-hmm.
then like get limited press? It was a resounding cancel the movie.
Wow.
I think maybe
Wow.
like 2 people
Wow.
said send him to rehab and like.
I'm a little bit more. I'm a little bit more patient and a little bit more forgiving, and so I'm sure I was one of the people that said, "All right, let's give him a chance. Let's send him to rehab and see if we can get help. See if he can get help. See if he can be salvaged."
Right.
You know,
Right.
as not even so much as an actor but just as a human being, seeing if he can be salvaged, because again, he's a human being at the end of the day, but he's got a lot of junk going on.
Yes.
And I'm sure if they knew now, if they knew then what they knew now,
It wouldn't have been him.
it wouldn't have been him.
Which is unfortunate because I really like his Flash.
I like him. I like him.
And I too, like, again, I kind of found out about like stuff late with like him.
Yeah.
But I agree, like, him at the role, it may not, with all that stuff going on, I see, canceling
Yeah.
the movie. But given that all that was supposed to be in the movie,
Yeah.
I would still like to see the movie.
I'd like to see the movie.
Like I 100% understand those who say cancel the movie, and like because that goes to like supporting him and like
Yeah.
I get that 100%.
But he's not the only one in the movie, and he's not the only one who, to me, this is just me, and he's not the only one who worked on this movie.
Right.
He's not the only one who was invested and involved in this movie.
Right.
And some of these people that are in the movie, this movie was going to be their big shot.
A big shot, and that's another thing. Like that doesn't just affect
Him.
him. If this movie doesn't
If
come
it
out,
doesn't come out, it affects everybody who worked on that
everybody
movie.
who worked on this movie.
Everybody.
Because what if, like, for example, like your first job as an executive producer was on The Flash,
Yep.
but The Flash never comes out,
Yeah.
so then no one ever sees it.
Yeah, exactly.
So then you don't have anything
On your-
big
and
on your resume, because
you have nothing to present.
and even that, and even on the flip side,
Uh-huh.
if The Flash is your big movie on your resume, people are gonna then talk about. It's gonna be tarnished.
It's going to be tarnished because of if they release it, again, this is going, and we'll talk more about it, I guess, when we get there. But this is going to be one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't moments.
Yes.
For the executives at DC at DC and those who are going to decide the fate of this movie, it's going to be damned if you do, damned if you don't. If they release it and it does well in the theaters, the people that wanted it canceled are going to be mad.
Yes.
If you release it and it does well, the people that wanted to cancel, and it does, they're going to be mad. Or if you cancel it, the people they're still going to be mad. It's going to be damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Definitely.
You're gonna and maybe not so much about because there aren't a lot of people who want it released, but you'll be damned if you do. If you cancel it, you'll be damned if you do, because here's the thing: because of all the people that were invested into this movie,
Yes.
they're gonna hate DC for the rest of their
And there will
lives.
be a group of people who will say that DC succumbed to bullying.
Yeah, and cancel culture.
Yeah, that DC was affected by cancel culture. Because even that, like, to take it off, just like The Flash,
Yeah.
Batgirl was canceled.
Batgirl.
Like the Batgirl,
Oh,
Batwoman.
Batgirl. No, Batgirl. Yeah.
Like that came out the blue. Like
That they had no idea. That was going to happen.
Like the movie was finished.
The movie was finished. The director said, the guys who directed the movie, they said that when they got the news, they went online and was trying to pull stuff that they had done online
But they had got to.
they had already got it and snatched it offline. So they literally, the guys who made the movie have nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Except for, I did read that those who made the movie will get to watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
They
gonna
are
do a
going,
screening
they
for
are
those
going to
who
do
made the movie. I'm like, I looked. I tried to get us in there, Greg. I looked.
I thought about it. I had to think about it.
I tried. I looked. And I tried to get us in there, but I couldn't figure out how to get us in there.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see it.
I wanted to see it. I was excited. I was kind of excited. And not only was because, Batgirl, Michael Keaton was in it.
Hello.
Michael Keaton was in
The
it.
Batman was in it.
I'm like, like I said, when they again, you affect everybody who worked on that movie, and I'm sure that they worked hard. They put a lot of time in, a lot of effort into this movie.
That part too, like a lot of time was spent, a lot of money was spent,
a lot of
effort was spent,
and to have it put in a digital lockdown somewhere and never to see the light of day. To me, that's crazy.
Crazy.
That is crazy. And in that respect, I don't, because again, they're saying that it was because of the Discover and HBO Max merger.
Right. Which is honestly gutting
Yeah. I was just
the
going to say,
content on
maybe,
HBO Max.
I said maybe that wasn't a good merge.
No, that doesn't sound like, from everything that HBO Max is, everything that's being lost.
Yeah. That's not showing that was a good merger.
That's not showing that was a good idea. Like that was not a good plan.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. And DC, has been greatly affected by it.
Greatly affected by it.
Yep.
Because it was a new. Now, don't get me wrong. I have been on record by saying Batman as a character, I could stand a break from.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of Batman.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Batman. Like, in like the past, 10, 15 years, we've had Christian Bale as Batman, Ben Affleck as Batman. Now we've got, why can't I think of his name? Robert Pattinson as Batman. It's a lot of Batman.
Yeah.
And then we had Batgirl.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I could use a break. Like, it's like DC, it's like you don't have any other characters other than Batman.
Batman. Yeah. Batman is always their go-to, though. that's like the
which I get because
Yeah,
he
that's
is
their
he's
money.
like he's the character.
Yeah,
Like
that is that's their money maker.
he's the character.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get that, but it's like, fam, I could use a break. But the Batman, the Gotham City things you had in development, there's no need to cancel those because there was an animated Batman
Yep.
movie that got shelved.
That got shelved.
Well, no, it's possibly gonna get saved. I did read that it's gonna
Somebody
else
might pick it up.
Yes,
Yeah, somebody else might pick it up.
and it'll still come out, which
Yeah.
will be it's
Yeah.
okay. But like what the heck is going on at DC? Like
I'm like
what did Discovery have
that. Yeah,
on you guys that you had to go into this deal
yeah.
and practically just like pull the plug on like
all
everything,
all these
different.
big shows you had lined up and had already released to the public and letting the public know that what this is what DC's got in the
This is what we got in the tuck to help combat the Marvel.
you had been to the conventions and all that stuff, and then that all they're already panning. Oh God, I just read this morning they're already predicting. Man, this is maybe I'm still gonna go. I'll still see it, but they're already predicting that Black Adam could be the next Morbius. I was like, wow.
I hope not.
But
I could see it.
I hope not.
I could see it.
You could see
That got pushed back too.
what? When are they releasing it now?
2023.
No.
Yeah, Black Adam and Shazam got pushed back.
No.
Yeah, Shazam's not coming out till 2024 now.
Why? That's a good question.
It's like it's the latest, and like whatever's coming down this pipeline, Black Adam and Shazam got pushed back.
Wow.
Black Adam's not coming out till 2024 now. I mean 2023.
I give up.
Because it's like, why? What is going on?
DC, these decisions are good for Marvel.
Hello.
They are good for
Like,
your
you do
competition.
understand-
You do understand.
This is not
that.
helping you at all,
This
DC.
is
Like
this is not
not
helping.
even a little bit.
You are making Marvel look really good right about now.
They are excited. They're like, oh, they pushing stuff back. Oh, we can kick our feet up now.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? We don't
Put this thing in cruise control.
What?
Let's just ride this thing on out.
Let's just see where this goes.
Yeah. Let's just put this thing on cruise control. And let's just
Oh,
ride it out,
okay.
And
So now they kind of like they can even lower the bar at Marvel and
Hello.
experiment. So so expect to see any day Howard the Duck, the miniseries. Expect that. It's coming. And if you guys do, remember you heard it here first. Howard
Yes.
Howard the Duck, the miniseries, man. Again,
honestly, I wouldn't mind a Howard the Duck miniseries. I'd watch that.
Did you see the original?
No,
Oh,
that's what I heard.
oh my God,
That's what I heard.
bad. I watched, and I went to the theaters to see that mess. I went to the theaters, and I was like, by the time the movie was over, my eyes were hurting. My head was hurting. And I was like, oh my God. I watched it at one time, and this is going back to like would have been like the 80s. I watched it, and I've never watched it again.
Yeah,
never.
no, I heard it was not something
Never.
to
No.
go see.
No, it was
So
not.
I never.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was good.
And again, it's so again. Here's the thing, keep it up, DC. You're making it real easy
You're making
for
your job easy.
for your for the competition out there, because
Yeah.
for your comp, they can kind of like you said, kick back and just
And just coast for a little bit.
coast for a little bit right about now, because DC is in a turmoil again. Going back to the cancel culture thing and how it's hurting movies and stuff. Going back to, and especially in the DC universe, Aquaman. You don't even hear. When is that being released?
I forgot all about
See?
that movie.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
They don't
forgot
even
all about that movie.
they don't even talk about Aquaman anymore.
They do not.
That's not even being.
I haven't heard a single thing about that movie recently.
Nope. Have not even. So it's like
As a matter of fact, I haven't seen a single trailer for
Nothing.
anything DC recently.
nothing. It- they were on the upswing, man. They were on the
They were.
upswing. They were on the upswing. They were doing. Again, it's like now these major setbacks are gonna kill you. You know,
Definitely.
these aren't no like
These are
light
not- no
light setbacks. These are like major
major
setbacks.
setbacks, and
I'm like, because of the fact, going back cancel culture, because of the fact that you did not like the fact that Amber Heard was in the movie, and now you wanted the movie canceled. So maybe, and I'm sure they're not canceling it, but they're going to have to reshoot. They're going to have to take her out of the movie, and in order for them to do that and still have the movie make some kind of sense, it's almost like having to reshoot
the entire movie.
the entire movie.
Completely forgot all about that movie.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the plan,
Yeah, and again, maybe that's the plan.
so that they don't have to reshoot.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
Because maybe they dial back from Aquaman talk until this whole the whole Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation until it dies out, and we've like completely moved on, and like society's talking about something else, and like we're pissed about something else.
know. Yeah, maybe.
So that this isn't the thing,
And they'll
and then
sneak it into the theater.
they'll just be like, they'll come back like close release. They like, ha, here you go, Aquaman. Go see it now. Go see it. Go see it. Go see it. Go.
IMAX.
Right.
Oh
Because
man.
that's what what's the name did. If we're being honest about it,
Who?
James Franco.
In which one?
No, I just met him as a person,
Oh.
like James Franco. Because he had
Wait. So how they just like snuck him back in?
yes, because and the crazy part is right, like I think it was like a couple years ago, James Franco had rape allegations against him.
Yeah.
Like
You're right,
so
you're
much
right.
so that like Seth Rogen,
Yeah.
who was like good friends with him,
with the Francos.
said, "I'm never working with him again."
Wow. That's messed up.
So then, get this: he disappears, right?
Yeah, you're
you don't
right.
see,
You don't see
don't
him. Nope,
hear
you
about
don't
him.
hear nothing.
He's in nothing. Like James Franco just disappears,
Yeah.
and then an article pops up. James Franco in new role. Take a random guess at who James Franco's playing.
God, I'm almost afraid. He's in the DCU?
No. Just regular movie. This is just off the DCU. Just
Oh, okay. This is just a regular movie?
yeah.
I don't know.
I'll give you. It's a biopic.
Oh, no, I'm done. I'm lost. Who is he playing?
Fidel Castro.
That's right. Oh God. Now you know what? When soon as you got ready to say it, I remembered reading about that.
Are you kidding me?
Because now the backlash is about him playing Fidel Castro is like, okay, with how come is with all the Hispanic actors out there, why is a white man playing
Fidel Castro.
And I said,
Like,
I get
you
it.
have-
I get it.
A plethora
Of accomplished Hispanic actors.
who you could have picked for the role.
Yeah. Yep. Accomplished. Not just Mickey Mouse. I mean, we're talking about accomplished
Yes.
Hispanic actors that you could have pulled.
Stamped.
Yeah. People with good track records.
Good track record.
And you wait a minute. And you pick somebody with a
you
track
pick-
record like James Franco?
And you pick James Franco. Crazier still, Fidel Castro's daughter defended it.
Really?
Defended the choice
Why?
of picking James Franco.
What was her? What,
She said that he looked like him, and that he's a really good actor, and that she believes he's gonna do it justice.
And here's the thing. Again, I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I'm not saying he can't do the role justice. I'm just saying is that again
He shouldn't do the role.
that he shouldn't do the role. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm one of those people. I do agree with the Hispanic community about that.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Now again, yeah, I do agree with them in that.
Just
why,
like they need to stop making movies about white people in Egypt.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just stop making Cleopatra white. She was not. You know what was funny that I learned? And we're going to get back on topic, but it was, the movie Gods of Egypt?
Yep.
You know what the funniest thing I learned about that movie? It took them a long time to film that movie because the actors kept getting sunburnt.
Yeah. No melanin.
I was like, I bet you if
you
had people, you had the people
who came from that country,
who came from there.
Yeah.
I bet you they wouldn't have been sunburnt.
Nah. They would have been tan.
They would have been. That's it. They would have been golden.
Golden.
They would have looked more like.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. It's like I said. It's,
like Gerard Butler was in that movie.
Yeah. I remember now. Yep, Gerard
Butler's in the movie.
Gods of Egypt.
Gerard Butler was in Gods of Egypt. That actually happened.
Oh gosh.
As was Two-Face. He was the main character.
Tommy Lee Jones?
No, not that Two-Face. New Two-Face.
The new Two-Face.
He played opposite Christian Bale. Batman.
No, get out of here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He was the main character.
Wow.
He was Horus.
Yeah.
He played Horus.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. See, again, stuff like this, it's
it's
crazy. It's crazy. But again, DCU is kind of
in trouble.
Trouble. They better hold fast to anything that they got, any content. Matter of fact, yeah, because it's like all their new stuff, all the stuff that they were supposed to be releasing now is in jeopardy because nothing new is being released.
Wait, that's not true.
What?
Because I did just see in watching Sunday's episode of House of the Dragon. Their new seasons of Doom Patrol and Titans are coming.
Titans, I kind of watched, even though it would always give me a headache.
My dad loves that show.
Really?
Yeah.
Gave me.
He loves that show.
It would give me a headache.
I just don't like the fact that it's so much human talking and human fighting.
Yeah.
In a show about superheroes.
Yeah. It's like, nah.
Like, because I will watch a couple episodes of him every now and then, but I'm like, excuse me, Beast Boy? Like, no, excuse me, Starfire?
Yeah.
Why did you hit that man with your fist?
Yeah.
With your regular fist? Instead of shooting him with any one of your laser beams that you have at your disposal.
It's interesting. It's a suit, like you said, it's a superhero movie, but there's not like a lot of superhero stuff going on.
And why do I want to watch that?
Exactly.
No thanks.
Doom Patrol.
I couldn't get into that.
I couldn't get into it.
I couldn't get into it. I tried.
Oh, I tried. I watched the first 2 seasons, and after that, I was like, I can't. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I can't watch this.
You know what might have helped me get into Doom Patrol? If I hadn't watched Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
It felt like a poor man's Umbrella Academy.
You're right. Exactly. It was
because it's like a bunch of misfits, and they had like this one like father figure, who they had like issues with.
Wow, you're right.
It was like a poor man's Umbrella Academy, and I was like, no thanks. I'll watch Umbrella Academy. I like that show.
Exactly. It's like I'll watch. Yeah,
I actually like that one.
I like that one.
I'm into that one.
And the other ones, nah.
I'll pass.
I did see the previews, and then they said Titans season, whatever, new season of Titans, and then I was like, okay. And then it was like new season of the Doom Patrol. I was like, oh, is that still on?
Yeah, they're both going strong on HBO Max.
I was like, is that still on?
For now.
Oh yeah, nah. Yeah, exactly.
For now. who knows with what's going on over there? We might get another notification. Hey, these two shows.
It's really interesting because it's like, how did they not get canceled? You canceled Batgirl before it even got out the
starting gate.
out the starting gate, and then also again the WB has all but eliminated all of their content. The only two shows they still showing, I think, at this point are, well, they did start Superman, the new Superman, and then they started the other one, Naomi. Both are on shaky ground from what I'm hearing. What's the other one? And Stargirl is coming back, but all the other ones, with the exception of the Flash, with all the other ones, are gone, are gone. And so it's like, really. So it's like, I don't get it. I don't understand what's going on at DC, but they need to fix that. I'm laughing because as I was talking about the Flash, and I've said this before. I've said this before on camera and in our content. I've said this before. I hate all of the actors on the Flash. I kind of like can tolerate the one who plays who plays the Flash. I said, but the rest of them, I have absolutely no use for. I don't like any. I do not like any of them.
Listen, I never got into the show personally,
but he wanted to play the Flash in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
He campaigned. He really wanted. He wanted the role. I'm sure they're at DC probably saying, "Dang, I wish we had her."
Right. They probably wish they had now. They probably wish they had now.
It's like, no, we had to get somebody different. Ezra Miller. I'll bet you they regret that decision.
Probably so.
Yeah. It's like, oh.
Listen, what's the name? He wanted to play too. He was upset. Jared Leto.
He wanted to play what?
He was upset that they didn't. That no one called him when they decided to do the Joker.
Okay.
Because remember, he was the Joker in Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And when Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, when they decided to do that movie, he was very upset that no one called him.
Really?
Like he knew nothing about it until the movie was being released. I was like, man, I'm so happy you knew nothing about it
exactly
until the movie was being released. What do you mean? Real quick, how do you feel about the fact that that's a musical now?
I was going to bring that up. I don't know what to feel about that. It's a big risk.
A very big risk.
That's a big risk. And even though you got Joaquin Phoenix coming back, and you got Lady Gaga. I love Lady Gaga. Two big names, and she is not a bad actress.
She's not.
She is a pretty decent actress. So it's like a musical thingy going on. I'm like
the Joker and a musical.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm still. They better tread lightly with that one.
Yeah, be very, very careful.
Tread lightly, especially with where DC is right about now. It's like, no.
Listen, that might be what they need.
Maybe.
That might be what they need to turn things around.
The Joker musical, yeah. I don't know. Maybe. Dude, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. DC is messing up. They were doing so well. And with the space in the span of this year, everything just went to crap.
Like completely.
Everything just went to crap. And it's
like they had this beautiful portrait coming together.
Yeah, it was really real stuff was really starting to happen.
And then just drew black paint all over.
Yeah.
Just like, here you go.
Oh no, no, we don't like this. It's just like here.
But yeah, that's gonna give Marvel a
a
window of opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
And Marvel,
So Marvel, this is a good time for y'all to step up your game.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if we're being honest, they've had their foot on the gas pedal with no means of slowing down since like the first Avengers movie.
Yeah. Yep.
They've had their foot on the gas and just love it or hate it.
Yep.
They are moving.
They are moving. They are not letting anything stay. They are a monolith. They are rolling. They are rolling over everything. Now, you may, again, like you said, you may not like all their content. You may not like everything that they do, but they have been persistent.
Yes. And they are even, and you may not even like their content so much because if you weren't a big fan of the comic books, and if you didn't read, like, if you only read like Iron Man and the Hulk and Captain America and things like that, then once they are starting to branch out, which they are, and incorporating more of their, like, going into more of their universe, because at the end of the day, Marvel, like the Marvel comic books have a lot, tons and tons of people and stories and ideas and characters. And they're actually, because of where they are because of just how high they are right now, they have the opportunity to explore
and experiment
so many other things, and they're taking advantage of that.
Exactly.
So if you were just, and a lot of people, and I can admit that I was someone like this at one point, if it's not what you came in knowing and things change, they don't like change.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So they're not a fan of when you're trying to change things. And so if you got used to Marvel this one way, when they try to go a different route, a lot of people are like, I don't really want that. I like to keep what was. If it ain't broke, don't break it.
Yep.
But there are sometimes some things need to be broke.
They need to be broken.
They need to be broken.
Or to break something isn't always a bad thing.
It's not always a bad thing. Which, honestly, going back to DC, this could be really great for them.
Could be.
Because sometimes in order to rebuild, you need to burn it all down completely.
Yeah, we said that. You said it before. So you need to burn it all down and
start fresh.
Start fresh.
So that could very well be where they're headed at DC. And if that's what they're doing, I wish you all the best.
Yeah.
Because again, DC is another one who has a lot of characters and a lot of interesting stories that they can tell. But I just don't think that they just haven't found the right mesh of people to tell it in a way that'll stick and resonate with the massive audience.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was that.
Wish you luck.
I wish you luck. I wish you all the luck. Stop playing. Has it been an hour and a half already?
It's been an hour and a half?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Okay, so some of this is going to have to wait.
Yeah.
But what I did want to get to really quickly,
go ahead,
is we were asked by one of our fans.
Good.
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to make sure we did that.
Yeah, we were asked by one of our fans if we would watch a show and then come on here and talk about it. And I hit you up about it, and you said you had no problem with it.
Not at all.
I didn't have a problem with it.
Nope.
So, I mean, if we give the fans what they want.
Exactly. I like doing
within
stuff like
means.
That. Yeah, that within means.
Within means.
Because if you ask me to watch Howard the Duck again, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. If you ask me to watch, what's that other? It was a horrible movie, Super Mario Brothers. Not going to do it.
Not going to do it. No.
Not doing that.
I can't do it.
But go ahead. Let's go.
We were asked to watch Modern Love.
Yes.
Which is a show on Amazon Prime Video. And I watched it. I watched the 2 American seasons.
Okay, go ahead.
And I thought it was cute. You know.
Now, you said the 2 Americans, and because I saw all the and I was kind of confused. I stuck with the American seasons.
Yes.
But what? This is a show that's been released where? I mean, what are their? I didn't understand the whole thing. Like, it's an American seasons, and then where there was like several other.
Yeah, there was like several. It was like Modern Love. I think it was like Modern Love, like India, and And I didn't watch any of those.
No, I didn't watch.
I
any
just
of these.
stuck with
the American.
Modern Love. So maybe at some point I'll go back and like check out the other ones.
But go ahead.
But I thought it was dope. I thought it was a very interesting. I thought it was an interesting take on just like love as a whole. And just the different ways that love can be explored.
Yeah.
And I like how it was a very like layered, again, it was a very layered, very layered
Oh my God.
approach to love
Yeah.
and how to love others.
Yes. Yeah.
And all the different faces that loving other people, like all that it encompasses.
Even the messy stuff.
Yes. The good,
Yeah.
the bad,
and
the ugly. Like it's not.
It didn't paint love as being something perfect or any. So again, to those who may not have watched it, again, I guarantee you will find something. The performances were absolutely incredible.
Incredible.
You know, there were so many surprises. There were so many, like the one episode where Ed Sheeran pops up.
Yes.
I'm sitting there because I didn't expect that. I'm sitting there and they go to the living room scene and the guy's sitting in the living room. I'm looking at him. I said, "Is that Ed Sheeran?"
It was.
And sure enough, it was Ed Sheeran. You know, what's her name? She was really good. Oh, what's my girl's name? Catwoman.
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
That was a fantastic episode.
That was incredible. Again, watch it. These were.
It is.
And then, what really messed me up, I mean, this really messed me up, was the final episode of the first season where it dealt with like the dark side of love. And it was real. It was real. It was so real because it's like, oh my God, I can't even tell you what happened. But then after the episode, you saw how it wrapped up everything that happened in the first season. I was bugging. I was sitting there like this.
I didn't go into it expecting anything.
Yeah.
But the show was not what I expected at all.
At all. Nah, not at all. Again, I guarantee you, if you watch it, it's not going to be what you expect. So suspend any preconceived notions.
Yes.
And just sit back and enjoy it for what it is, because that's what I did.
Yeah.
They're short episodes.
Very short.
Short episodes, like 30-minute episodes, but they are powerful. I don't think I saw one episode that I did not, that I didn't think was a powerful, that was a powerful episode. They were, it was all of it was really good. And I said, after all the content that we usually do on our show, I don't know who your friend, you said a friend of your fan, one of the fans of our show has suggested that we had to watch it and talk about it. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Thank you so much for doing that. And we encourage also anybody else who's watching, to do that with us.
Absolutely.
But thank you, because this was a gift. And I thought about it in this way. It's like you go to with all the content that me and you usually do talk, and we sit around and we talk about. I said I thought about this as being you go to a big meal, you go to a wedding and it's a big meal, and they give you all these different foods. At some point during the wedding, during the serving of the food, they do what's called a palate cleansing. So in other words, they'll come out and they'll give you a little cup of sherbet.
Yes.
And you'll eat that little cup of sherbet, and they said that's to cleanse the palate so that you can appreciate what else is getting ready to come. This was like that cup of sherbet.
Yes.
And it cleanses your palate so that you can, again, to get you ready for what else is coming.
Yeah.
Because it was just so, enjoyable. I invite anybody who's listening, if you have not watched it, watch it.
It's a very good show. I literally went through the entire season in a day.
Yeah.
One, because it's short, but two, because I'm like, this
is good. This was good. This was really, really good. And like I said, like you said, it explored all the facets of love, man. It's like it was real.
Yes.
It was real.
It was kind of like, oh, okay. Because I love shows like that where it's like, you're explaining, you're giving pretty much like blanket examples, but just examples of all the different ways people need to be loved. But you see a piece of you
Yeah, yeah.
in like
Yeah.
each and every
In
scenario.
yeah, you see like you.
Yeah.
You see like a piece of you in each scene.
Yeah, because like you said, like when Anne Hathaway, when that episode, when she broke down to her boss
That was that
at the
scene.
table in the coffee shop,
Yeah, that scene messed me up too.
I was like, dang.
yeah, yeah,
Because it's like, but then it's like it's great to have someone who just understands, because even that's love, right?
yeah.
Like
That's love.
even
That is-
someone just
that is.
understanding
Yep.
you and like what's going on, and they're just like, okay, I understand this is you and this is what you have to go through, but I'm not going anywhere just because this is you.
Yeah, yeah.
So yes, definitely. If anyone else,
If you have any other suggestions like that, please
please do, because like I
share
said, I watch a lot, but there are things that I will miss.
Yeah, and I would have missed.
Because
I would've missed that.
I've seen Modern Love on
Yeah.
Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah, I saw it in the list.
I've seen it, like,
Yeah.
but usually most times I just skip it,
Skip.
go right past it.
Yeah, it's not what I'm used to watching, but with when your friend said to watch it and
Yeah.
discuss the content, I was really glad that they did that because it was worth a watch.
Definitely.
It was so for it's a good date night movie, good date night show. It's
Yes.
like
It's definitely.
it's a good date night show. So again, if you're just looking for something to watch and it's quick. Episodes are quick, but they're really powerful, and they will stay with you. They will stay.
Definitely.
They will definitely stay with you. But thank you for that. It was really really enjoyable. I haven't watched the second season yet, but
it's just as good.
I'm going.
It's just as good.
I'm starting that today.
Yeah, it is just as
I would-
good
Yeah.
because it does it the same. Like it goes even further. Like it just like I said, love is multifaceted,
Yeah.
multi-layered.
Yep.
And they just was like, okay, season 2, we found another layer that we're gonna go to.
Wow.
Yeah. yeah,
And,
just-
like I said, the performances was crazy. My girl from Ozark, Ruth.
Yes.
That was totally unexpected because that's another facet of love. But you didn't think it just shows how complex love can be, and the portion that where what she was looking for wasn't what was he thought it was something else, and she did. And then when he finally kissed her, and she was like, and that's when I laughed because I said that's when Ruth popped up.
Yeah.
That's when Ruth from
Yeah.
Ozark popped. She was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, man.
He's like, but I thought that's what you wanted.
no.
Again, he's like, I thought that's what you wanted. And she was like, no.
Yeah. You know what else they need to come up with since, they're sticking on this subject? And even in that episode, like, the show was called Modern Love. We need, like, modern communication because just a little communication,
Yeah.
like just a little bit more communication,
Yeah.
would have just helped that whole situation.
Because he was totally
Yeah.
misreading her. He was totally misreading her.
So, modern communication.
Yeah, that was another good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
good.
quality content.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I said I watched it kind of like by myself. I said, but what I will do is I'm going to go back and rewatch it again with my wife because I think she would really, I think she would enjoy it, because it was just like a lot of really powerful content, and it just explored again, like you said,
Yeah.
it just explored so many, and without it being sappy,
Yes.
without it being really sappy, it was real and sweet.
That's all it was.
It was just real and it was sweet,
And I think that's where the modern part in the title comes in,
Yeah.
because like if you look at like the older like shows that showed like love and like what that was, it's kind of like even like old like rom-coms.
Yeah.
It's still like you can tell, like, when you watch a rom-com, you pretty much know exactly where, Like,
yeah, you can kind of like predict
what's going to happen.
It's formulaic.
Yes.
It's very formulaic.
It's like you do this, then you do this, and then this is coming, and then there's always the big breakup, right? And then you realize that was it the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you go back, and then you win them back. And then I even like, there are certain movies where, and I'm drawing a blank at one of them that I just recently watched.
Rom-com?
Yes.
Okay.
Where he doesn't get the girl. The movie didn't just come out, but I just saw it for the first time.
Okay.
Where the guy doesn't get the girl at the end.
You remember who the actors were?
No.
Okay.
I can't think of anything. But I even like that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, bro, it's not always the case.
No. Nah. And one of the episodes, kind of like it like dealt with the kind of like the geeky guy, and he had the really hot girlfriend, and he didn't understand why she was with him, and he was even telling her, he's even explaining, like, I don't even understand why you're here, and she was like, and she told him that there was one point where she had told him something when they were in the ambulance because he had got hurt and had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And he was talking and just babbling. She said, why are you still talking? And that was something that came from when they had first met. And she was trying to come on to him, and he was kind of trying to come up with reasons for why she shouldn't be talking to him. And she was like, why are you still talking? She was like, why you? She was like, I am telling you, I want to have lunch with you.
Right.
Why are you still talking?
Just stop.
Stop.
Just stop. It's okay.
That was really sweet because it was just a real moment. Again, like there's so many moments. There's so many.
Yeah.
You get the unrequited love thing where. And I thought that was crazy because again, where the guy who ran the romantic dating service.
Yeah.
And he's being interviewed, and then the person who's doing the interview starts telling her story, which was similar to his. Only thing is that her story doesn't really turn out the way his turns out.
She doesn't get the happy ending.
Yeah, she didn't get the happy ending that you thought she should have had. But it was the happy ending that she needed, and the happy ending that was good for her.
Right.
It was like I said, it was good.
It's a great show.
Good show.
Modern Love on
Watch
Amazon
it.
Prime Video.
Watch it.
Go check it out. It's really good. There are 2 seasons. There are also other seasons
From other countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could just check it all out.
Yeah.
It's really good. But Greg, did you get Apple TV Plus?
No. See, I don't have Apple TV Plus.
Gotta get you Apple TV Plus,
Yeah.
man. You gotta get your Apple TV Plus. I just finished watching Blackbird.
How was that? I heard about it. I've heard good things about it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah. Who's the star of that?
Why can I think of his name? He played Elton John in the movie. In the biopic about Elton John.
Because he was...
And he was in Kingsman.
Kingsman.
Yes.
The guy from Kingsman.
Yes.
Yes.
But he did really good. And the guy, you know what it's about?
Nah.
So the show is about the guy from Kingsman, whose name I can't remember. I got to get like a laptop set up so we can like look these people up and have like a name, so like we can tell the people their names. He plays a drug kingpin who goes to jail, and they tell him that they will drop all his charges and let him go free if he gets a serial killer to confess.
Wow.
And tell them where the bodies are hidden.
Oh man, I'm hooked already, and I don't even have Apple TV. I'm hooked already.
Yeah.
That's already something I know I would watch.
Yeah, that show it's fantastic. It's
Really?
6 episodes.
Uh-huh.
You get in, you get out.
Uh-huh.
It's so the guy who plays the serial killer.
Uh-huh.
He does. It's the most creepiest thing ever. Like sometimes he goes on like a monologue. You just sit there so uncomfortable.
Wow.
He does such a good job, and he even because at the end of it they show you what they do the side by side comparisons to the actors and the real life, because it's based on a true story.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
It's based on a true story.
Man. Yeah.
So then at the end of it, they show you a side by side comparison. Whoever did the job at like picking the actors,
Dead on.
they need an award. Dead on. Dead on. And rest in peace, Ray Liotta. It was his last role before he died. He's in this as well.
Man. What's the name? Blackbird.
Blackbird.
Okay.
Yeah. That show. Like every now, Apple TV, honestly, when it comes to like their series, haven't missed.
Yeah.
Haven't missed yet.
Okay.
I have yet to watch an Apple TV series and it was like,
Didn't like it.
I didn't care for it.
Okay. Now, when they do their series, do they release all the episodes at once?
They do
or-
not. It's all
Oh,
weekly.
weekly.
It's
Okay.
weekly.
So it's literally Apple TV, like
Yeah.
TV.
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
it's weekly. But it's all real good. I got to catch up on C right now.
Yeah, that's with Jason Momoa.
Yes. They just dropped their third and final
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
So I'm going to catch up on that next. But yeah, you know what we're going to get to? And then we can call it an episode.
Okay.
Because it's coming out soon. So I want to just
Yeah.
get ahead of the curve. You want to talk about Black Panther?
Oh, yes. I'm excited. I'm sure most of the people who have seen the trailer, you are excited too.
Yes.
And can't wait to see it. I am so jazzed to see this movie.
Yeah.
The only, like I said, my again, and it's going to be what it's going to be. But my only problem with is that, you still got people talking about boycotting the movie, and people still having a problem with with them not recasting Chadwick Boseman's
Right.
role, or not recasting T'Challa and just taking him off the playing field. And I'm okay. Here's the thing. I'm okay with people having an opinion about it. I'm okay with people maybe not liking the idea. I'm okay with that. The problem I have with it is the fact that now you're trying to get the film boycotted. I'm like, really? Why would you do that? Again, suppose Marvel. Now I'm not, and I know doggone well they're not that stupid at Marvel that they would take it and say, well, you know what, we're going to shelve it. We're going to take it and put it away. We're not going to show it.
Right.
They're not. They're not going to do that. They're
can't
not.
see that.
Yeah, they're not going to do that. But just imagine if they did, if they caved into pressure and shelved it and say, nope, we're not showing this. This movie will never see the light of day. Because we don't want to release a bad product. Nope. They're being bold about it, and they're taking, like I said before, the damned if I do, damned if I don't. Because here's the thing, my problem with the whole thing is this, is that if they had recast T'Challa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say, who's hot now? Who's hot? What black actor could just throw out a name.
Well, I can't, because all the names that I'm thinking of who are kind of like hot right now are in the movie.
Oh, seriously? Oh, no. Okay, because whatchamacallit, he's not in the movie, is he?
Who?
What's his name? Michael B. Jordan.
He was Killmonger.
I know. He was Killmonger, but he's not in this one, right?
As far as we
know, he's not in this
As far
movie.
as we know,
As far as
he's
we know,
not.
but just say they recast him as T'Challa. He's that's some big shoes to fill.
Yes.
You have to come in and you have to be, and here's the thing. I don't care who you are as an actor, whoever they picked would have to come in and be Chadwick Boseman.
Yes.
They couldn't be T'Challa, who's a fictional character, and bring their own thing to him. They would have to come in and be Chadwick Boseman, and that's impossible because there was only one Chadwick Boseman.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, to not recast him, again, I had no problem with that, and for Marvel to not recast him and then recast somebody else and to cast somebody else in the role, no problem with that. As far as I was concerned, long as the movie got made and long as they paid and long as they did it respectfully and long as they did and made it as good as the first one. And I do believe that is going to happen. That
Yes.
this will far exceed what we saw in the first one. Man, again, it won't be Chadwick. It won't be Chadwick. It won't be his movie, and I'm okay. I am okay with that. But we should all, I think,
I mean, I wouldn't say I am not okay with that. But I would understand it.
Yes.
I would understand it.
Yeah.
If, like, I personally, because again, that role was, for me, was made for him.
Yes.
Like, the two of them, that it was perfect. Like, the combination of role, it was perfect.
Yes.
But I understand, again, that the show still must go on.
Yep. And go ahead.
And it's the same way, it would be the same way to if this was the Black Panther play.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, you had the main actor couldn't do the play anymore.
You had an understudy.
There's still an understudy who's going to come in, and the show's going to go on, but the understudy is going to play the role, and everyone who goes to see this play understands that there's an understudy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For like, that happened to me when we went to see
I remember.
Thoughts of a Colored Man.
Yeah, I remember.
One of the main characters, he was sick.
Yeah.
So the understudy came in. It was still a really good play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know that there was, like, the actor, the main guy, he might have been different, but it wasn't, I still was able to enjoy the play. And I still think that if they found someone who would do a good job in the role, we would still be able to enjoy the world that was created.
Yes, exactly.
So again, would I want to recast personally? No, I won't.
No.
But I understand. I would understand the decision to recast them because Black Panther is too big of a character.
Okay, go ahead.
To just let it fall to the wayside.
Exactly. I'd rather have somebody else in the role than to just let it not be.
And even to differentiate, T'Challa is too big of a character because there's clearly, based off the trailer, we're getting another Black Panther.
Yeah. Yep.
T'Challa was too big in the MCU for him to just
fade away.
Yeah, for him to just fade away.
Yeah.
And for him, like...
And here's the thing. I don't think it's that they're just going to just fade him away. I mean, I'm sure there will be an ending or something about it. But there will be, so to bring closure to the character or to bring a conclusion to the character. But I was saying, and I close out with this thought. Nobody in the MCU really stays dead.
Ever.
So maybe so they took a gamble, a risk with doing the movie. I said, but who's to say that that the character of T'Challa isn't in the next one, if there is a next one, isn't recast, comes back from the dead, or
they would have to make a change.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because they released an article or a statement, which is one of the things, like, before once we saw that Wakanda Forever was coming out, there was a statement released that T'Challa in this iteration of the MCU, he's gone. So they would have to,
and not coming back.
Yeah, like, they're not recasting
T'Challa. Okay. So in other words, there'll be another Black Panther. But then who's going to be the king? T'Challa was not just the Black Panther. He was also king of Wakanda.
You're right. Well, I mean, based off the trailer, what's her name got the job back? She took the job back.
Shuri?
No, Angela Bassett.
Oh yes. She
was like, hey, got it.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the movie because, again, they're still being kind of vague as to how they're handling that.
Yes.
I can't wait to see the movie just because of the fact that I finally want to see how they're handling it. So all this other stuff that people are talking about, boycotting the movie, and like, no, this movie is too big. It's too big to our community. It is too big to our people. It is too big for us to be. Let's you know what? And I said this to somebody else. I said, let's give it a chance. Let's see what happens.
The moment the tickets go on sale, I am purchasing them.
I am there.
The moment the tickets go on sale, I'm purchasing my ticket.
Like, let's not let's all right.
Yeah,
You're forming because what happens is we end up forming opinions about stuff that we haven't even seen.
Right. We don't even know what's
We
happening.
don't even know what's happening, and because they're playing it real close to the vest, even with the trailer, they're still playing it real close to the vest. They're not really giving you a whole lot. They're showing you a whole lot of stuff, but they're still not giving you a whole lot of information.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And I will be there with my tissues.
What? I will be sad
Yes, because
I will be
watching the trailer, I was like,
dude. I was sitting there watching the trailer when the artist, I forgot who the named the artist, and they start singing "No Woman No Cry," and I'm sitting there and I'm watching Lupita,
yeah,
and I'm sitting there like, all right, don't do it, don't do
man.
it. I was like,
I know I'm a cry. Like I just know it.
oh God,
Because like, again, for the like Chadwick Boseman dying,
yeah,
he was the very first celebrity I ever cried for.
really,
Yes.
yeah.
Very first one that I actually like when they died.
Yeah.
Even celebrities that like I've loved who've passed on, I still didn't cry.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh man, they're gone. But it was like,
Okay.
like when he died,
Yeah.
it was a wreck.
Really?
No good. No good at all.
I think I was a wreck for Chadwick. I was a wreck. When I found, I was like, all right, I no need to even go outside today because I'm in mourning.
Yeah,
I'm
we
not-
canceling
I'm
today. It's canceled.
Today is canceled. The only other person I think I felt a bit that way about was when Stanley died. When Stanley died, I remember I didn't even know he was dead. I was watching TV and my son came in the room and he saw me watching television. I'm watching the news and he said, Stan Lee is dead. And he turned around and he just walked back out the room. And I was like, now I'm looking on the
Right.
news, trying to find some content on the news. And I'm like, again, I was wrecked. I was wrecked. I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
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 So even like the trailer, and if we don't get, this is another reason I need the awards to be canceled, just all of them, because Angela Bassett don't have none, right?
Yeah.
Like she don't have an Oscar yet, and that is ridiculous because she's been phenomenal since she like popped up on the scene,
Since
like
forever.
forever. And when she was like, "I lost my whole family's gone. Have I not
dude.
given enough?" I was like, "Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You gave every. Yes, you did. You gave enough. You gave more than you needed to.
Oh God.
Yes, you did. They need to give back to you right now."
Yeah. I can even take you back, even the first one. When T'Challa was fighting what's his name? Not Bill Dukes. What's his name?
M'Baku.
M'Baku. When he's fighting and he was fighting like he was losing and she jumped up and she said, "Show him who you are."
That's why he lost to Killmonger, because she ain't say that then.
When she said that, I was like this.
Right. You be saying that, "Yes, mama."
I was like, "Oh my God!" Yeah, it's like I said. Let's give to the naysayers. Let's give the movie a chance.
I'm giving it a chance.
give
Whether
it a
you
chance.
whether you do or don't, that's your personal decision.
That is your decision. But let's give it a chance.
I know where I'm gonna be that weekend.
I sure will be
I'll
right
be
there.
there. You wanna know what's funny? I'm probably do the same thing like I did last time. Remember when I called you about Thor: Love and Thunder? Mm-hmm. And I asked you if you wanted to go, and then I said, "Cool, I'm about the tickets." When I called you, I'd already purchased your ticket.
Oh, you yeah, because I was going.
Yeah, I had already purchased a ticket, but I was like, I should actually call him first and
And
make
ask
sure
him. There you
that this
go.
date and time is okay. But the ticket was already purchased.
Oh, thanks.
I was just like, yeah, I should, like, just out of habit. I was like, okay, we're going to buy 3 seats. So then I was like, boop, boop, boop. And then I hit purchase, and I was like, cool, thank you for your purchase. You have now purchased your tickets for Thor: Love and Thunder. And I was like, okay, great. And then I was like, I probably should call him first
See if he's
and see
available.
if he's actually available that day and
I
at
was-
that time
I was
to go
going.
to the movies.
I was telling everybody, I said, you know what? Who was trying to get me to do stuff that day? I was like, nope, I'm already booked. I was like, I'm already booked.
Yeah.
I'm
That
booked.
September 8th.
Yes.
It hits Disney Plus.
Yes.
So
Can't
yes.
wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see that again. But yeah,
Yeah. So again, my thing is like let's lighten up a little bit, y'all. Let's lighten up.
Hello.
This movie is too big.
Google Gus.
We don't want it to go the way of Aquaman.
No, give things a chance, bro.
Give stuff a
Give
chance.
stuff a chance before you say you don't like. Why do you hate the movie that you haven't seen already?
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna boycott it. Why? You haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it. You don't know what you're.
Well, buy me a ticket and give me your ticket.
Right, give me your ticket.
Give me your ticket.
Give me your ticket.
I'll go and we'll come back on here. We'll tell you about it.
Oh, definitely cannot wait.
Yeah,
But yeah,
but
it's been
good.
it's been good.
Oh God, we got a lot up. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a long one.
I feel
'Cause
like I feel a lot better.
Yeah,
now. I feel a lot better now.
yeah. And you know, there are still things.
We didn't finish everything. Just to let you guys know, we didn't finish everything on the list.
We didn't finish everything on this list.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd be here like another 2 hours
Yeah.
if we, start doing that. But again, we are back.
Yep.
We are back. So get your ears and your eyes ready because your favorite podcast is back. So until the next one,
Next episode.
we out.
Peace.